I think one of my biggest breakthroughs on generally mental toughness, curating a mental fortitude capable of achieving a high degree of success stemmed entirely from observing easy and hard, okay? And I know that's probably a loaded message, but the point I'm trying to make here is that like nothing is easy and nothing is hard, okay? Nothing. Every single one of them are entirely subjective, okay? So, for an example, if you and I meet and I say wrestling is easy because I was a wrestler in high school, okay? And then you say wrestling is hard. Is wrestling hard or is wrestling easy? I mean, neither. It's entirely subjective, okay? So it's to be determined by the observer. Now, what does that mean and how can you use this to your advantage? Well, everybody thinks that everything is hard when you don't know how to do something. Okay, and that totally, it makes sense. Everything is harder when you don't know how to do it. But once you know how to do it, it then becomes easy, okay? Now, the problem with this is when you're going through school and you're growing up, your parents and your friends and your family essentially push you to do things that are difficult so that you grow up a little bit, right? They'll make you get on that bike. They'll make you ride it. They know you're going to fall and scrape your knee, crack open your head, or hit your head with a helmet on. They're going to put you on that snowboard or that sled and send you down and you're going to hit a tree or something. They're going to force you to do things that are hard so that you understand or so that you develop, so that you grow, okay? Now, where this gets interesting is past high school, I notice a common denominator. More and more people look at things that are hard and they no longer they no longer retrospectively analyze things that were initially hard but are now easy. Okay. And what this does for you is it allows you to take on any task that you want to do and then reflect on a previous time that something was difficult and then it became easy, and then injecting that into this new framework of moving forward. So like for an example, let me give you an example so I can make this sound easy, okay? When I look at my past life, I know that when I was first learning how to hire people, it was very difficult for me to learn how to hire people. I didn't know what to tell them, I didn't know what to say, I didn't know what to pay them, I didn't know anything, okay? And I was like, man, hiring people is difficult. But then you think, another person who's hired 1,000 people would not think hiring is difficult. He'd say hiring is easy. Okay, so then the only difference between him and I is that he knows how to hire people better than I do, which means if I get to that point, then hiring people is actually now going to be easy. So I need to quit identifying something as hard and I need to start identifying something as important. And I've completely shifted the way I look at hard tasks. This is exactly what I do. I say, okay, is that a hard task? Or I guess to make this a little bit easier, I've just shifted the word from being hard and made it important, okay? Because nine times out of 10, if something's hard, it means it's important, okay? Because that's why it's hard to do. And the reason why it's important is because if it's hard, it means most people are gonna look at this achievement or look at this task and they're gonna say, okay, well, that's hard, I'm not gonna do it. But what you need to understand is everything to some degree is hard until you learn how to do the damn thing. So when I go into like a new business, I completely understand that everything is going to be new. And I know that everything is going to be important, by extension hard. And this has helped me achieve so much by just simply retrospectively analyzing all of the times that something was hard and then it became easy. Because then when I'm met at a boundary, when I'm met at that bridge that I need to cross in order for me to get to the next level that seems difficult at the time, I can quickly think of all the times that it has felt this exact same way, but is no longer. And so then it allows me to just achieve things a whole lot faster, right? I mean, if you go into a project thinking this is gonna be hard and I'm never gonna learn it, then you're probably never gonna learn it. But if you go into a project and you're like, okay, this is hard, but it's also important, and I'm thinking back on times that I've also done this and it got easier, and now look at me today, I can now do that thing. I can easily achieve this. And I'm telling you that there's going to be 1.5 million things that come up in your life and come up in business that are going to immediately seem difficult. But as long as you understand that, yes, it's difficult now, but it's not always going to be difficult, especially with hundreds of hours of market research, hundreds, if not thousands of hours of practice and experience and wisdom and 10,000 hours worth of genuine effort, it's no longer going to be that difficult. It's no longer going to be that hard. So what I want you to do from here on out If you're starting something new, maybe you're learning how to do Facebook ads. I want you to say, okay, yes, this is hard, but I'm not going to perceive it as hard. I'm going to perceive it as important. And as soon as I learn how to do this, I will then now look at it as an easy task to do. Does that make sense? And pretty much like the whole point of this whole thing is to just help you in those times that you have those bridges that you need to cross and they're difficult for you to cross. And I want you to know that there are so many times in my life where I hit bridges in my business and in my life that are so incredibly difficult seemingly at the time, but then like I said, 9 times out of 10, if not 10 times out of 10, you learn how to do it and it's a lot easier and you can propel in your business. Other than that, I feel like I'm kind of going in circles now because I just got my main point across that I wanted to get a point or get across. And so other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video.